Russia's merciless onslaught on Ukraine continues. In the latest, 3 powerful explosions rocked the western city of Lviv, leaving 5 people wounded. This region is a destination for refugees that has been largely spared from major attacks until now. Remember, Lviv is 72 kilometers east of Ukraine's border with Poland, and the major explosions came at a time when US President Joe Biden was visiting Polish capital Warsaw. During his visit to Poland, US President Joe Biden said that NATO remains united in its efforts to end the war, and any efforts by Vladimir Putin to divide NATO will not succeed. President Biden went on to call his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin a butcher who cannot remain in power after meeting top Ukrainian ministers, a comment which was later downplayed by the White House. He also acknowledged Poland's steps of welcoming large number of refugees. In a response to Poland's efforts, Biden announced to welcome another 100,000 Ukrainians in the United States.
NATO stay absolutely, completely, thoroughly united. That there be no separation in our points of view. That whatever we do in unison, and everyone comes along. I'm confident that Vladimir Putin was counting on being able to divide NATO, to be able to separate the eastern flank from the west, be able to separate nations based on past histories. But he hadn't been able to do it. We've all stayed together.
As an all-important meeting between President Joe Biden and the President of Poland, Andrzej Duda, comes to an end here at the Presidential Palace in Warsaw in Poland, the people of Ukraine are looking at this particular meeting as a ray of hope. A hope that the war would end very soon and millions of them who've been displaced from their homes could have an opportunity to get back. In this particular meeting, of course, a lot of issues were discussed, primarily around the refugee crisis and the kind of humanitarian help that the West could really give in. In an official statement from the White House, of course, they have said that an additional $1 billion would be given in terms of humanitarian assistance. Apart from that, they've also, of course, spoken about giving refuge in the United States to a lot of Ukrainians. So apart from this, of course, there has been a request from Poland to have additional forces stationed here in their country. We'll have to really see, apart from the additional US soldiers that have come in, whether there will be more European soldiers as well that will actually land up here at Poland in the coming days. There's, of course, a lot of talks around, declaring a no-fly zone and much more being spoken about. But after this particular meeting, what is going to be the end result, and is there going to be in sight an end to the Ukraine-Russia war, is something that remains to be seen.